amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remain blessed. Whenever you look my video, whenever you watch my video, share the video to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. Share it in your WhatsApp group so that people can get information on what is happening in the contraption called Nigeria, mainly against the Biafrans, against the Duduas, against the indigenous people in the contraption called Nigeria. I try as much as possible to set the record straight. I don't preach hate speech. I don't speak against people. I set the record straight. The only important thing I do here is to make sure that the plight of the people remains on the front burner and the world will know the true story of what is going on in the contraption called Nigeria.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are watching from all over the world. Those of you in Biafra land, you are listening to the voice of Biafra Radio, 97.5 FM in Biafra land. Those of you in diaspora and other part of the Zoological Republic in Nigeria, you may be listening and watching on Enter Biafra Channel 1, Enter Biafra live streaming app, and all Enter Biafra platform. You may also be listening and watching from the other IPOB, the autopilot nickname platform, and our media warriors. Today is the 15th day of February 2022, and we have come to address Biafrans, especially as our leader goes to court tomorrow. This evening, we have come to address certain things, address some propaganda that is being levied against Umuchineke. We have come to debunk those frivolous, treacherous, blackmailing and propaganda against Umuchineke. This evening, we are moving higher with a very big speed. We are moving higher to make sure that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. We are moving higher and faster to make sure that all the demands we are making, that the politicians and the corrupt criminals in Nigeria will heed to this particular call we have started now. I want to make it very clear to those who parade themselves on social media as the irate of the criminals in the DOS that, like I said, I gave you all this month and you will be no more. This month, Biafra people, IPOB all over the world, Biafra people will give you the vote of no confidence and you will exit this movement. We are going to force you to exit this movement. You will be shouting until you go down. You will be shouting on social media every day until you get tired. You will be shouting on social media until nobody listens to you anymore. And from there, you will exit. This evening, I know that the broadcast of yesterday, the State of the Nation broadcast, has sparked a lot of reaction, and people are twisting some of our weddings. People are twisting some of our write-up, and this one of the things we are going to address this evening. Our leader is going to court tomorrow, and I must make it very clear that the Biafra people should understand the predicament our leader is going through. You need to understand the problem that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going through for your sake. Those who called us infiltrators, those who called us saboteurs, those who called us betrayals, those who call so many names, call us so many names. We have some question to them today, because you know, this time we are dealing with them with question and answer. I must tell Biafra people that for the past weeks and days, the criminals in the DOS, the criminal bedbug Chinas and Woru, Chike Dozem and all of them, they were parading on themselves on social media, sharing flyer of Dr. Cho Ayaba. Dr. Cho Ayaba, the leader of the Bazonia Liberation of War. He came to Radio Biafra and dealt with them. After the broadcast yesterday of Dr. Cho Ayaba, I was expecting them to share the broadcast the way they share the flyer. So those of you who are following criminals in the DOS, why are you not sharing the broadcast of Dr. Cho Ayaba? You share the flyer, you campaigned for the broadcast. Even the bedbug China Samworu shared the flyer on his page. I want to ask question, why are you not sharing the video or the broadcast? Because you have been exposed. Because your incompetency, criminality, and your smelling ignorant was exposed by Dr. Cho Ayaba. These same people will tell you that the leader of the Ambazonia is still in prison. So what is Dr. Ayaba coming to tell us? But they advertised him. They were the one who shared the flyer. Do you know why they shared the flyer? The reason they shared the flyer of Dr. Cho Ayaba is not because they want to listen to him. No. The reason they shared the flyer is to advertise their gossip radio for people to think that they are still relevant in the struggle. They want to, deceive people because this is what they do. Only propaganda and lies. They want to demonstrate that they have contact to Dr. Cho Ayaba. But everybody can bear me witness that since after the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, and he was extraordinary rendition to Nigeria, Dr. Cho Ayaba have been lamenting about not having contact with the criminals in the DOS. They don't want to have anything to do with any establishment, with any contact of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So it was because of the exposition we have done. It is because we have crashed them. It is because we have put them into sewage. It is because sewage. They begin to look around and they begin to find and look for Dr. Cho Ayaba's contact. They wanted to interview him. Before the interview of Dr. Cho Ayaba, what you don't know is bigger than you. So I kept quiet. I kept quiet. They were flying, sharing the flyer, sharing the flyer. I kept quiet. I didn't talk. Because if I had talked, maybe, who knows, they are going to cancel the interview. Because they will think that they probably think that I have some contact. So I kept quiet. Because what they don't know is bigger than them. Did you see me talk about Dr. Cho? No. Did you see me talk about the interview? No. It was the same yesterday during the interview that we were giving our State of the Nation broadcast. Because I know that Dr. Cho Ayaba, I kept quiet. Now they brought him. They can no longer share the broadcast. Why did they not share the broadcast? Ask yourself question. Because it was not what they expected, right? Now, after sharing flyer of Dr. Cho Ayaba's broadcast, they have refused to share it. Instead of them to be sharing it, they begin to share Simon Ekpa broadcast yesterday. They refused to share Dr. Cho Ayaba's broadcast on their own platform. They refused to share it. They begin to share Simon Ekpa. We gave them topic. We gave them topic like, we can no longer take order from anybody in DSS custody and anybody become topic. anybody as English word become topic to illiterate, they say, who is he addressing as anybody? They say, is it Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? He is addressing as anybody. I was watching them. I was reading social media today. I was going everywhere searching to see the rubbish coming from human beings. Now, anybody become topic. They begin to write articles, epistle, broadcast. He call our leader anybody. He's referring to our leader anybody. He become a topic. They refused to share Dr. Cho Ayaba. They invited to Radio Biafra. It didn't end there. They now started about the broadcast and the address I made to Barrister Ejiofor. They said Simon Ekpa asked the federal government to arrest Barrister Ejiofor immediately. That was a lie. Simon Ekpa never said such. It is propaganda. Instead of them to share Dr. Cho Ayaba, they invited to address Biafrans or Radio Biafra. They begin to blackmail and spread propaganda that I called Nigeria government to arrest Barrister Ejiofor. I never did that. I never asked Nigeria government to arrest Barrister Ejiofor. But these particular idiotic people, these nincompoop illiterates everywhere, they were sharing this propaganda. They were sharing it and they spread it everywhere on social media. That is why we must not have anything to deal with these particular criminals in the DOS and their irate. They are the people that are bringing bad image to Biafra agitation. These people are the ones bringing bad image and bad name to Biafra restoration. Because how can you be, when somebody says something, they bring it as a means of their own media weapon. They say, I called for the arrest of Barrister Ejiofor. Nobody, I never called for arrest of Barrister Ejiofor. But it is not even a problem to me. Because everybody know these particular people that they are miscreants. They are worse than miscreants. So when Nigeria government and the Nigeria politician was addressing IPOB as miscreant, they were not talking about you that is watching me today. They were not talking about me. They were talking about those who will tell lies and use another lie to cover up, and use another lie to cover up, and use another lie to cover up. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was sitting on it, taking every hit and every bullet on this idiot. That is why we must not allow them to stay. That is why before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, this house will be cleansed. Because this man called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sat on these people for many years. He sat on them and these people were burning his leg, his ass, everywhere was burning. This man sat on them. And you can imagine the impunity in these people. So my people of Biafra, if you are listening to me today from Biafra land, the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in your hand. And that is why we in the autopilot, the so-called autopilot, we are IPOB members under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They say we are autopilot. We adopted the name. It become a problem. They say, no, there is nothing like autopilot. But you say we are autopilot. We accepted it. Yet they say when they see that autopilot begin to move and people, the name itself is a spiritual name. So we are not going to say we are not autopilot. Autopilot is a spiritual name given to us by Chukwu Okike Abiama. On this platform, I pronounce autopilot. On the 28th day of July 2021, I pronounced autopilot. On this platform, an autopilot is a spiritual name, so we are not going to deny that name and we're not going to reject the name. We accepted it. Today you see what autopilot is doing. The thing that took you years to do, autopilot did it within a month. And we are going to move mountain with the name autopilot. By the way, we have 8,000 viewers within 29 minutes of this broadcast. I am informing you, Biafrans, that 29 minutes into the broadcast, We have 8,200 people watching live and direct within 30 minutes. We have 2,000 people on YouTube alone. And we have now 9,000 viewers. 9,000 viewers in 30 minutes. That is where people of the autopilot are talking sensibly. My people of Biafra, I want to make it very clear, and I have come to make clarification this evening. The clarification I have come to make is that going forward, like I said yesterday during the broadcast, we will no longer take order. No order from DSS dungeon. We are not going to take order. Any order from Barrister Ejiofor, we are not going to take order. The reason for us not taking order anymore from the DSS dungeon is to safeguard our leader. We want our leader to be safe. We want to exonerate our leader from anything that Biafrans will be doing for his own best interests from today. So any actions that Biafra people will be taking in Biafra land, you don't attach Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to it. Any action that Biafrans will be taking in Biafra land for the freedom of Biafra, the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and freedom of all prisoners of conscience, you don't bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to it. I want Barrister Ejiofor to tell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, that Biafrans have spoken. That Biafrans say, we know he is a human being. We know that he has gone through a lot. We don't want anybody to hold him responsible for anything that Biafra people will be doing going forward until he comes out. We have seen during the NSAS protest, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was accused. Even in the charges against him today, the NSAS protest was part of them. They say he was the one who caused problem in Lagos, he caused problem in Maiduguri, he caused problem in Onitsha, he caused problem everywhere in Nigeria, including the Boko Haram problem. They say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu caused it. So today he is in the hand of the enemy. So tell him that he should now relax and he should now sleep. He has suffered enough. Biafra people have taken this thing upon themselves, and every action that is going to come going forward, his name, his hand is not there, but we are going to fight for him. He has become helpless. We have come to realize that he surrounded himself with criminals, and of course I don't blame him for that. We have come to understand that he surrounded himself with betrayers, those who never wish him well. His absence have exposed a lot of them. And we, the Umu Chineke, with clean and pure heart, who want to follow him, who want to make him succeed, who want that every sacrifice he has made for years will not be in vain. We have come to discover that he has demons, he has satanic people around him in the leadership of IPOB, that they have criminals in the leadership of IPOB. And for that reason, we are going to fight the battle for him in his absence. So, from today, the decision that Biafrans will anonymously adopt to do under autopilot has nothing and will have nothing to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You must not bring his name there. He did not endorse it. He did not endorse anything. He did not endorse it at home. He did not endorse nothing. But Biafra people have risen up. They want to fight for him. So the message today to our own brother, Barrister Ejiofor. Barrister Ejiofor should go and tell our leader that this is the resolve of the Biafra people, and he shouldn't even speak. He shouldn't even worry. He should now focus on, explaining himself to the court, to the judges. He should now focus on the court case. He should now focus on the due process, while the Biafra people would take this particular thing into their own hand and handle it their own way. I want to also inform Biafrans that for you to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out, we must make sure that we take every step that is necessary to see the economic sanction being enforced, to see the civil disobedience being enforced, and we are going to continue like that. I want you to understand one thing. You see, the people of the reasonable conscience, the people with clear conscience and genuine mind for this Biafra agitation knows when they come to tell you that, oh, they don't want to take order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Already, Biafrans have decided they don't want to take order anymore because he is under duress. We do not know the condition our leader is in the DSS. We are just imagining it. And let me tell you, for those idiotic, illiterate people that parade themselves in IPOB, the betrayal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when they say Simon Ekpa is advocating for people not to take order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These are the people that want everything that happened in Biafra land. They want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be held responsible. These are the people who want to do things and they want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be held responsible. We, in autopilot in IPOB, we don't want anybody to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu responsible for the actions of Biafra people in his absence. Today, he is not here. Biafra have decided. Let me start by explaining to you how the autopilot have actually succeeded. Remember, for the past 7 months, Biafrans actually decided not to take order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they don't know the kind of condition he is and he was under the incarceration in DSS. The order of sit at home was cancelled. They came to Radio Biafra, they announced it. They say sit at home cancelled. But did the Biafra people obey the order? No. Did the Biafra people accept that order? No. Did the Biafra people accept the order? No. For the past 7 months, every Monday has been sit at home. That is exactly what I am activating now. So I am not actually starting it. Biafra people, they came to Radio Biafra, they told you that the order came from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but you refused. You refused to heed to that order of cancellation of sit at home. Every Monday, you are sitting at home. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they told you on Radio Biafra that he cancelled it himself. But you did not believe it, right? As you did not believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will ever cancel the sit at home, that is exactly the same spirit we are moving from now on. From now on, no order will be obeyed coming from Barrister Ejiofor. I want you to understand that I have no personal problem, I have no personal issue with Barrister Ejiofor, and I will never have. And I want Barrister Ejiofor to understand that this is not a personal thing. I have no problem with him because I have come across video where the man in Germany is telling all the illiterate media warriors that, oh, now nobody should attack, nobody should defend Barrister Ejiofor against Simon Ekpa. You must not defend him, don't defend him, because what they want to do is they push you, Barrister Ejiofor, they want to push you to put your head and Simon Ekpa together and they go by the side and start laughing at you. I don't want that to happen. So I did not come to, attack you, and I'm not going to expose you because there is nothing to expose. I'm not coming here to expose you. I will not expose you, and I will not do that. But I'm begging you to refrain from announcing anything like you did last time, that people should listen to DOS. If you do that again, it will not be well. The situation will be very chaotic. So do not go and fall into the trap. I am sending this particular message to Barrister Ejiofor because I respect him, irrespective of whatever. I want to give that respect to him. People may not like it, people may not like what I'm saying, but that is me. That is why I'm different from every other person. So Barrister Ejiofor, if you are planning to go to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because what the next thing they're going to tell you to do is to go to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and they are going to bring a press statement to say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asked me to stop using his name. You will say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to say, you should tell me to stop using his name. I know that is the next step they are going to push you into. But let me also tell you that even as that, nobody will stop me from using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name. Nobody. Not even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until he come out. Until he come out and tell me to stop using his name, and I will tell him one thing. I will tell him, I will stop using your name if you denounce Biafra. But so long as you are the one who preached to me that you want Biafra, you are the one who convinced me that I should bring myself to support the cause of Biafra restoration and the freedom of Biafra. The thing that will make me to stop using your name is if you denounce the Biafra. If you denounce Biafra, which I know you will not do, because I have assessed you, I have researched you, I have investigated you, and nobody will stop me from using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu disciple. So the only way, the only time that it will happen is if you say you are not Biafra again. And I know it is not possible because you have paid price for this cause. The price you've paid for this cause is too much. It's too much. And that is why I am going to put everything online to help you with the Biafra people who believe in you. Not all these criminals that are pretending that they are working with you for years, and every time you want to make progress, they draw you backward. Everything they do is how to get money. Everything they do is how to raise funds to get money. Every time they want Nenayanya to be in charge of the money. Every time it's only money, 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 money. When they want to fight somebody, you think they are fighting the person because the person is going the wrong way. They are fighting the person because the person is standing on their money. So I am not the type, and believe me, every Biafrans that have found themselves, him or herself, in the side of the autopilot are the people that you are going to take with you to the promised land. I am assuring you that. So let me tell Barrister Ejiofor that in case they tell you to go and come out from DSS dungeon and release a memo that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say you should not use his name again, they are going to use legal action. I am telling the person to start the legal action tomorrow. Don't need to go to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Come and start the legal action. And let me tell you that where you know your own law and where your own law stops is where another person starts. And like I said, nobody will stop me from using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu disciple. Nobody will stop me from using IPOB. Nobody is going to stop me until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out from the DSS dungeon. The reason why I am sounding this warning is for the Nigerian government to know that the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the beginning of Biafra. They have actually escalated this war. They have actually escalated the ruthlessness that is coming. They have actually touched the beasts of Biafra. The arrest and the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will bring everything that we have in us, and it is going to start happening very soon. So I want to send this warning to them that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS dungeon, they will come to understand that they have just lost it. They will come to understand that the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will add fuel and kerosene and every inflammable liquid to the fire that is already burning. On this note, I want to tell people that those of you in Biafra land to understand what I'm trying to say. Do not fall into the propaganda of these idiotic criminals that parade themselves as media warriors before. Those people are no longer the media warrior of IPOB. The media warrior of IPOB now is found in autopilot. These are people who are very civilized people, who have brain, who can think positively like a human being, not somebody that after listening to my program, they will twist it and say he called for arrest of Barrister Ejiofor and they are sharing it on their platform. Not somebody that when they make a video, as I am talking now, they will quote that we will not take order from anybody from DSS, and they will make it as a topic. You don't go with such people, otherwise you will fight for Biafra for 100 years and Biafra will never come. So this evening, I have come to tell Ejiofor that they are cooking something and he must not fall for it. The mistake he did in granting that interview, let it end there. Because if they push him, it is going to be very disastrous. And the same people that are pushing you will come and laugh at you. I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. So tell Barrister Ejiofor that I am just giving him expo. I am just exposing something that is being done in the secret. Maybe he's already aware of it. So he must not fall for it. Let him focus on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu if he want to focus there. Let him focus in the legal thing that he's doing if he want to focus there. Let him never ever allow these people to push him and bring his head and my head and join it together, because it is not going to end very well. I want to bring a voice to play and show Barrister Ejiofor from the one in Germany, as he was advising people not to attack, not to come in between me and him. And I have made it very clear, I do not have personal anything to with the Barrister Ejiofor, but let him not interfere in the Biafra struggle. When Biafra come, he also is a Biafran, but now he is not fighting Biafra with us. So he must stay clear. He must stay clear from anything Biafra, because he is not fighting Biafra with us. He is only defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And let me tell you, we have actually crushed these criminals in the DOS and they are gone. I told you that they are going to go this month. I want to play that voice.
All the so-called Biafran media warriors that were compromised by Darlington, they're now back again. Now, nonsense.
I need to refresh. Some people are asking me to do that, so let me refresh. Here we go.
So I will not recognize them because they are among those that plotted the coup. Yawone son hariego. Somebody may inspire happen to you, or somebody may influence and common sense. Now today, actually about those idiots that claim to be Biafran media warriors. Idiots. I call them idiots. Because they were pumping up Mazi Nnamdi Kanu years ago. Yes, it here. One, Ewure, Ubroha, Jenwakam. Now, stay away from conflict between Simon Ekpa and Ejiofor. Stay away. Focus directly in my problem, which there are problems with Simon Ekpa. Focus on that problem. Don't entangle yourself trying to defend the lawyers. Don't defend the lawyers. Let any lawyer, anyone that is not a man of integrity, I got way now.
So, Barrister Ejiofor, what they are trying to do is to work in Allah, because they know, maybe they have information that I don't have. So, they are trying to work in Allah. And now, that is the reason why they are going to be granting interview. Every time they will be bringing interview, they will say, Barrister Ejiofor, come for interview. And then when you go to the interview, they will ask you, what about this Simon Ekpa? What about this DOS? What is going on? And you don't know when you are going to talk. And when you talk, I will never be happy. I will still come for you again. So that will not happen, Barrister Ejiofor, you know that I respect you so much against all odds. So this today will be the last I will address this issue, but I want you to understand where your predicament will be coming from, where your problem will be coming from. Barrister Ejiofor, I want you to understand that the same thing you did to Darlington is what they want to do to you. You came to Darlington, according to Darlington, he came and said, Barrister Ejiofor asked me to apologize. Because you are trying to bring peace, you are trying to do good, you told Darlington to apologize. Darlington respected you and went to apologize. What did they do to Darlington? They butchered him. And that apology of Darlington have rubbished his integrity. Everything Darlington have done for this particular struggle has been rubbished by that particular advice of apologize. Now, if actually that, what they asked you to do to Darlington, was actually a divine thing, will they supposed to use the apology of Darlington against him? You see me, I am not a bad person. Everybody know Darlington hates me. He have said it severally. He hates me. When Onyendu asked him about me, he said he never trust that guy. But whenever I want to address things, I open my mind. I don't have malice. That is where God bless me. God bless me because I don't have bad mind against anybody in this life. But when you cross my way, atam gekanchi. When you cross my way, you will see the other part of me. When you cross my way, ewem gikanu, and I will never ever look back when I'm dealing with you. That is who I am. But you see, I am just talking about Darlington now, right? And people do not know where the problem of Darlington is coming from, but they are going to hear it now. And I'm not here to discuss it. But Barrister Ejiofor, Darlington told us that you asked him to apologize. Now, after the apology of Darlington, did you tell the people to accept Darlington, that he has apologized? Did you agree with Darlington that after this apology, nobody should despise him? No. Immediately after the apology, all the irate, they use it to make program. All these evil people, all these illiterate people that can poison people, they use Darlington apology to make program. They use the apology to rubbish him. They use the apology to destroy his everything he have in this life has been destroyed by the apology of which you advised him to apologize. And me, here, you know how God, when you are trying to contact me for peace and all that, God know why that thing did not work out. Because anything that God is telling me, anytime I want to do something, there is something coming, I want to talk, there's something coming, then my own is that when the spirit that guides me want to fight for me, he will do everything for the thing not to work. So when this thing was happening, you were telling me this, every day we miss the call and all that. It didn't work out. And now they push you to come and say, listen to the DOS. Even if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says such, it is not public. You know what is going on in IPOB. You know what is going on within the DOS. You know what is going on within even the Kanu, Takanu, and all of them. So, and you know my position in trying to protect the integrity and legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So why would you come to social media and advocate for the DOS? It was a mistake, but I've addressed that issue. Now I'm just telling you now to understand the trap they are setting. Because if you try to come back from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's DSS dungeon to say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tells Simon Ekpa this and tells Simon Ekpa that, you have fired again. And this time around, what they are looking for is for me to come and engage you in public. That is what they are looking for. Do not fall for it. After these broadcasts I'm doing, don't ever talk about me. Don't ever tell me about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because if you do it, they are trying to escalate. They are trying to make us to have problem. They are trying to bring your head and my head to join it together. They are trying to set the stage, the fire to burn. And when the fire is burning, they will go by the side and they will be laughing at you. They will not laugh at me because I have been defending myself, and God has been helping me since the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But let me play it so that you understand where this whole thing is coming from.
Stay away, IPOB. You are not Ejiofor. Stay away. Allow Simon Ekpa and Ejiofor can settle along with him. Allow them. Why do I say allow them? They were working together. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months in the coup. they were working together. The last time I checked, they were working together to make sure that their lawyer, Bruce Fenn, will have his way into Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyers. They were working together.
Now, Barrister Ejiofor, you know what this man said here is a lie. Of course, you know what is happening that you think we don't know. So I don't need to address that. But you know what happened, why Bruce Fenn could not see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't need to go inside there. But you see the way he is accusing you now. That, you know, so, but let me not go there. So I want you to understand that they are setting a trap. Don't fall for it.
So don't go and you want to fight someone, but it will be because of Ejiofor. Allow them to have no one exposed because they are working the one they were initiating already. Look, I have cast a fire. Only about 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago. I set a fire and I watch and I guard that fire as it's a blaze. And I'm watch here.
Now, Barrister Ejiofor, you know exactly what I told you last time, just a few days ago. You know what I told you a few days ago about the people that are after you. I told you that, right? You know that the person that is after you, and you know that Kanu is part of the DOS. You are aware of that? I am sending this message to Barrister Ejiofor. It's a special message. You know, what I'm doing now is Ofo Nogu. For Barrister Ejiofor to know that I have nothing against him. And I will not have anything against him. But I hope that after this particular broadcast today, he will just know that he can't trust the DOS. Now, DOS have Kanu as one of them. In fact, Kanu is controlling the DOS. Barrister Ejiofor may not be aware that Kanu has been, they have brought him into the DOS forum. And as he came to DOS forum, a lot of people left. A lot of people left DOS. As I'm talking to you now, people left already. As I'm talking to you, I know how many people that left DOS. You know, one thing is that, Jesus Christ, I know how many people that left the DOS because of Kanu. So, Barrister Ejiofor, you may not know this, that Kanu is in DOS. So, if Chike, Dosiem, Chinas and Woru are calling you, they are setting you up. If this interview you granted was as a result of the pressure and idea you received from anybody from the DOS, it is a setup and it is working. So that particular idea they come to give you is coming from the idea Kanu have knowledge of it. Kanu. So in order for them to fight me, they want to destroy you. They will want to use you to fight me, and they are going to destroy you if you accept that. So Kanu is in DOS, and you know how Kanu and you that Unana is Ofuzaga. But I just want to tell you now that do not trust the DOS. If you come to say you want to trust them, they will ignite this fire, and this thing this man is doing here now is exactly what they want. Now you know that this man talking here don't like you. The prophet in the Germany. He don't want to see you with his own eyes. And this man, prophet talking here, is the one advising Kanu what to do. So, and what they are planning now is not me. They are not planning about this. Is not. They know they cannot defeat me. You know, because I am a choosing. If God brought me for this particular fight. So me, I am very, very sure they can't defeat me. Now, what they want to do now is to use you. And once they use you, they destroy you, and they kick you outside, and they will begin to laugh at you. And there are some things they know that I don't know about you. So I want you to use your brain. I just like you. I just like that Barrister Ejiofor, and I really admire that man and respect him. I don't know whether there is any problem anywhere, you know. But after this thing I'm doing today, I will never advise again, and I hope that this message will penetrate because we are busy. We have a lot of things to address. We have a lot of things to do with the Nigerian government. We have a lot of things to do with the Southeast leaders. We have a lot of things to do. I have a lot of things to do. So I will not have time to come and begin to address this in again. I will be treating anybody that comes and cross our way for Biafra. I will be treating it. So the thing I want to tell you now is that if you know that Kanu is part of the DOS, if you know that what they are trying to do now is to use you because they say that, you know, you are their last strike, and they have striked, and now they share it everywhere. They say, why can't Barrister Ejiofor get a message, a memo from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, telling that Simon Ekpa cannot use his name again. They let them use the lawyer, let them use this one. Tell them to go and use other lawyers. If that kind of message come, tell them to go and use other lawyers to write that memo to me. Okay? So I am begging you, you know, don't fall for this. You know, this is how I'm begging. I know a lot of people, you know, when I'm begging, I'm begging like a child. Do not fall for the trap of going to write against Simon Ekpa that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said this. Don't fall for it. Let other people write it. Let other lawyers write it. Because when I want to fight them, I will fight them with every might in me. Okay? Because your own, if I will fight you, I will be putting one hand like this. You know, I will be putting one hand. I will be fighting you with one hand. I will put one hand back. So I want to fight. I will fight other people with my two hands. But you, I will fight you with one hand. And I don't want to fight you. Okay? I know as I'm saying this thing now, it is you that they will come to. Because anytime I praise somebody, anytime I talk good about somebody, that is the person they will come to. I have defended you. I have said a lot of things that when people want to talk here, I say, we don't know Barrister Ejiofor so. We don't know Barrister Ejiofor so. That is why they will come to you. But I'm not going to look back. So what they want to do is to tell you to go to our leader, is to tell you to come and raise a memo, is to tell you to write that our leader say Simon Ekpa should not be using his name, is to tell them that you can't do that. Let another lawyer write it so that I will know how to handle that lawyer. I will handle the lawyer the way I want. I reserve a respect for you. No matter what other people say about you, I reserve that respect. I don't want you to rubbish it. And I believe this message has penetrated. But I want to play the voice so that Barrister Ejiofor, because Barrister Ejiofor don't have time to listen to these people, but he listen to me. So I want to play the voice so that you're going to listen to how they are planning against him.
Thank you so much for your patience to watch from the beginning to the end. I hope you have learned something from the video you have just watched. The video you have just watched is to bring information to your doorstep and for educational purpose. It is not to demonize anybody. Let us watch continuously and see who can be able to make a sense out of every nonsense we are seeing. We must continue. We move. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye-bye. See you again.